Well, it's a windy one out here as Los Gatos faces off against Milpitas. This is going to be quite an interesting game. On one hand, you have Los Gatos, who has lost their last 3 games, including a really close, rough loss to Menlo Atherton just last week. They haven't been able to notch a win since week 1, so they are definitely due. On the other hand, there's Milpitas, a 5-0 team with a just dominant defensive presence. They're, of course, looking to remain undefeated, while the Wildcats are going to be looking to bust their winning streak in this blockbuster game.
The Milpitas cheerleaders were all fired up for kickoff, but it was the Los Gatos Wildcats that were bringing the fire to the field. Halfway into the first, and Wildcats quarterback Kyle Reed lines a pass into the arms of Ryan WILCOX, who takes off for the end zone, cruises in for the first touchdown of the game. Los Gatos up 7-0. Later in the first, the loose snap, the Wildcats and the Trojans charge after it. They try to get a hold of it, but it gets away from them, and by the time they can get to it, it's in the end zone for a safety. 9-0 Los Gatos. Final seconds of the first, Wildcats still all charged up. It's a handoff to Ben GRASTY, who heads through the center, ditches the defenders, and floors it all the way in. That's another Wildcats touchdown. Los Gatos up 16-0, headed into the second. That's where Milpitas was able to make something happen. It's Trojans quarterback Tyree Bracey on the keep. Comes around the outside, cuts right across the field, and then hightails it for the red zone, where he takes it out of bounds just yards away from the goal line. Bracey would score on that drive, 16-6 Wildcats. They responded in the end of the second, and Kyle Reed makes the right read and throws a bomb to WILCOX, who makes the catch. Los Gatos ahead 23-6 at the half. In the fourth now, and the Trojans trying to make a dent in the Wildcats' lead. Tyree Bracey to Tariq Bracey, who's able to bring it all the way up to the 30. And the Bracey boys are able to work their way into the end zone one more time. But then under 2 minutes left, and an interception caught by Jake Klein sealed the win for Los Gatos and handed the Trojans their first loss of the season. Final score 23-13. After the game, I had a chance to catch up with the Wildcats' own Ryan WILCOX.
We had a great week of practice, and I mean, our preseason didn't go as planned, but we knew the season started actually when league started, so we came in just hot. And let's go!